Hello and welcome back everyone to Grinding for Perfection. Today I think I have something fun and exciting planned, and it wasn't in my original plans, but it just so happened on the calendar to be the Desert Festival, so I thought I'd take you through the Desert Festival with me, and I am super excited and I hope you like it a lot. Now, the Desert Festival doesn't necessarily do anything to get me towards perfection, but it is a good place for resources, and I think it'll be a fun little break. We are, since the Desert Festival doesn't start until 9, I believe, gonna go ahead and take care of the farm just a little bit with the animals specifically. I don't like getting behind on my animal upkeep because then I have a whole bunch of like milk and eggs that need to be processed, and it just takes forever and kind of ties me to the farm because I need to be present to put stuff into the cheese makers and the mayonnaise makers. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that all done so I don't have to worry about it later. I usually have just one of each animal because I discovered the golden animal cracker, which will make one animal produce twice as much, uh, what are those called? Products, I guess? So one chicken will produce two different eggs, and it was just getting so much that I couldn't take care of it all. So I ended up selling a lot of my animals so that for the most part, I only have one of each animal and it's worked out pretty good so far. I did get an extra chicken and an extra cow to produce eggs and milk so that I can cook. I am a big fan of cooking. But other than that, I just have one of each animal because it just takes a lot of time to take care of stuff when you've got a really big farm. Which is okay, but I want to have time for other things too, you know? Trying to get to perfection also takes a lot of time. I like to keep all of my mushrooms together just because it makes a quick, easy, accessible place for all of my mushrooms. The only problem with that, which is a problem I have often on my farm, is I like to have a specific place for specific stuff, and then I have to run back and forth 20 million times to make sure everything is in the right place, which can be a bit of a hassle. I really would like to streamline things and make it faster, but I just don't think there's a very good option for it. So, for now, I will just be running back and forth 200 times. The good news is I have all of my speed upgrades, so minus not having, coffee, I am as fast as I can currently get. I thought the Desert Festival started at 9, but I haven't gotten the message that it started yet. But just to be safe, we can go ahead and pop over and see what's up in the desert. Perfect. Okay, it doesn't look like it has started yet, which is just fine. There are a couple things I can do. I guess Sandy's not inside. I was gonna buy some star fruit, but not anymore. We'll go ahead and grab our free cactus. Can't do that until it starts. Well, that is okay. It looks like Emily's arriving and the Desert Festival is now opened. So, the first thing I want to do is to bet on the racers. Our options are Escargot, Cactus Crawler, and Speed Rooster. We're gonna go the Cactus Crawler. Oh, and it started. Bummer. I was gonna bet with the unlucky guy over here to ensure my win, but that's alright. We'll get dressed instead. She's gotta visualize the perfect outfit for me. Last year when I did this, 2 days in a row, I got the exact same outfit, which was just a little bit wild, but it worked out just fine. I'm so excited to see what it's gonna be. If you watched my last episode, you definitely saw my sewing area, so I am a big fan of clothes and sewing and outfits, so hopefully it's something cute. Sometimes it can be a little shocking to see what Emily's made. Alright, I love the baggy pants. Not a huge fan of the goggles, but could have been worse. Now we can get our free cactus. Well, kind of boring, but that's alright. Just got a little, what do you say, a cat face or an animal face? So, it works. Let's see, the race should be finishing up. But it's not finished yet. The cactus crawler! Yay! I got some eggs! I didn't even need to bet with the suspicious unlucky man in the corner. Before you do anything cool, you always want to get something from the chef. I like to get things to help me in the mines, and I honestly can't remember what is the best. So, we'll see what we get. I think I usually go with the mushrooms, so we'll see if this is better. Looks like we got speed and luck, which is good enough for me. If we come up here, search in this trash can, we get some more eggs. Talk to this guy. Who runs the salon in Pelican Town? That is Gus. What season does red cabbage grow in? That's summer. What season can you catch pufferfish? I think it's summer. Where might you catch an ice pip? Mine level 60. 50 calico eggs. I am so rich. Always grab a rare seed when you can. Let's see if there's anything over here. The sand dunes is kind of cute, but I don't know where I would put it. I can trade the woodcutter weekly in for some hardwood, which I'm a little out of at the moment. But let's check over at these to see if I'd rather buy something from here. Oh, an egg wallpaper. That is so cute. I've never seen that before. A retro TV. Okay. I think I want to get the egg wallpaper for 20 eggs, and then we'll save up for the woodcutters weekly. So the first thing to do, let's do the fishing competition. Catch 3 sandfish. Shouldn't be too difficult if I can actually line up my cast. There we go. Like I said, I really enjoy fishing, so I would like to think I'm pretty good at it. Sandfish aren't particularly difficult to catch. The scorpion fish is a lot harder. But, even so, I'm a pro at fishing. There we go. 3 sandfish. Ta-da! And then we are gonna hop down into the mines. Which one do I pick? This one gives us more eggs, so we're gonna be hunting for iridium. I put my dwarven statue here. we'll get some extra ore that should help us with finding iridium. And just go for it. I got the strongest weapon in the game recently, so that's really exciting. I think I just need to prioritize getting down deeper into the mines, because iridium shows up at the deeper levels. Also, if you get deep enough, the old man, I don't even know his name, will give you like a special treat for getting super deep. I think if you get past level 100, he gives you a magic rock candy, which would be super sweet, but I don't know if I'm that skilled. Usually when I do my past 100 cavern runs, I have to start really, really early in the day, or I just don't really get there. These levels are the worst because you want to get to the middle, but I'd also like to get down, and here we go. Sometimes it's hard to find a way down on those spiral levels. Okay, we skipped all the way to floor 14. Maybe we can start finding some iridium. Starting to wish I had picked killing serpents, because I've seen quite a few of them, but I guess we gotta go with what we picked. Sorry if I'm not being as entertaining with my, I don't want to say it's a voiceover because I speak as I record, but not as entertaining with my voice. I gotta lock in here. Let's see. Is it worth getting the rubies for? I already actually have goggles at home, so I will make room like that for the goggles. Man, tough luck finding a way down. I do have stairs in my inventory, and I could probably be better at using them, but it just feels like cheating. It's not as fun to me, so I try not to use stairs unless I'm on, like, a twisty level like this and I can't find a way down, or sometimes I'll use it in the monster levels where it's like, kill all the monsters to move on, just because that takes so long, and if I am trying to really get down to deeper floors, I can't spend time killing all the monsters. It's getting a little late here, but the good news is since I did everything else already, I can stay in the mines as late as I want. I don't think the Adventurers Guild tent closes until maybe even past midnight. Of course, I've said a lot of things recently that haven't been correct. I thought this whole thing started at 9, and it didn't. So, who actually knows what's going on? I just play the game for fun, and I know a couple tips and tricks, but quite frankly, I'm just kind of making it up as I go and learning through experience. Of course, that's not very helpful if you're prone to forget everything, but you know, sometimes that's just life. Ooh. Let's see, can I get some iridium ore? No. What a bummer. I haven't seen a single piece of iridium ore. I feel like every single time I pick something for the Desert Festival in the mines, I always pick wrong. I never get lucky with it. But I guess in a game of luck, that's bound to happen probably more often than not. I do have to be a little conscious? There we go. I can speak. A little conscious of my health. I do have my magical fairy friend who will heal me, but sometimes when the enemies get a little overwhelming, I forget to check my health and then I die, which is tragic. I'm kind of prioritizing just getting deeper into the mine, because the deeper you go, usually the more iridium you find. I'm a little bit surprised that I haven't seen any iridium yet. Aha, there we go. Just as I was complaining about it. Let's see, what to get rid of. I don't need sap, I have way too much, so we'll get rid of that. What's the deepest you've gotten in the Skull Caverns? I want to know. So go ahead and tell me in the comments. And I am super interested. I know the Skull Caverns for some people are really difficult, and it's hard to get down 10 levels. I think that just kind of comes with practice. You know, the more you're in the Skull Caverns, the better you get at them. But I know some people are like super hardcore and they will just speed through the Skull Caverns and get to level like 150. I don't know how you guys do it. I think that's super impressive. Even on good days, good luck days, I struggle to get past level 100. So, maybe one day. I don't hate the Skull Caverns. I used to. And then I discovered the joy of iridium cheese because it just heals you up so good. And now it's not as bad. I don't die every time I enter the Skull Caverns, but it's not like my favorite place to be. I'd rather be tending my crops and tending my animals and, you know, the less stressful part of this game. Sounds like we finished our quest here. I'm gonna eat some cheese so I don't die. But we have the opportunity to get more eggs. Plus we want our egg rating to go up so that we can get a cool little present from the old man in the rocking chair. Also, I can get a lot of iridium ore and smelt it into bars and sell it. And that will be helpful for finally affording the golden clock. Because holy cow, the golden clock is so expensive, but iridium bars sell for a lot of money. And with my statue, the iridium statue that I got from Grandpa, I make a lot of iridium, so I am hoping to turn a nice profit from that. Sorry for the pause there. I'm not the most used to doing this, I guess. I've never really streamed before, and again, the whole YouTube content making is new for me. And since I try to keep it simple and I just do the voiceovers at the very same time I'm recording, I just don't always know what to talk about. This video is going to be longer than my last video. Last video we just toured the farm and we ended pretty late in the evening, but the Desert Festival is 3 days long. And if this playthrough is live, then it's going to be a longer playthrough. Obviously not live in the sense that I'm streaming it, but in the sense that I don't make edits. And yeah, that's probably not smart if I'm trying to get my content seen or be very entertaining. But again, I think I'm just doing this mostly as a hobby for something to do. I love playing video games and I want to share them. And I'm not currently in a position where I feel like I'm capable of learning editing and all of the extra stuff that goes into just being a content creator. But sometimes you just gotta start, and the rest of that stuff comes as you get more into what you're doing. So, I guess if this video is super boring and not worth it, then by all means, you don't have to watch, but hopefully it's at least somewhat entertaining for you, and one day I can learn how to make it even better. Ooh, which one do I choose? Top or bottom? We're gonna go top. Alright, it's pretty late at night. We got a 17 for our egg rating. Let's see what we've got for us. So this is the old man I was talking about. I don't know his name. His name is Gil. Ooh, he says I'm worthy of being in the Adventurers Guild. Look at that. 258 calico eggs. Ooh. Triple shot espresso. I wonder if it'll be here tomorrow. I guess we'll find out. Because I have no idea. I know it's only 11:50 and it's like, oh, you could have spent so much more time in the mines. And that's true, I could have, but I am kind of a fiend for putting everything away and having an empty inventory when I wake up. That is very important to me. It's how I like to play the game. So I always try to leave myself a little bit of room to get home and put everything away. First stop that I need to make is for our iridium. Put it all right there. And then I have one diamond here, which I'm gonna steal back actually and sell. And it looks like we have 4 fish to smoke. So we're gonna smoke the 4 fish. Don't quite have enough time to pick up everything else that was in the shed and sell it. But that is all right for now. There will be another day and another time for that. Let's see, the rare seed goes in here. The cactus, we'll put it for there right now. Should I sell all of my gems? Probably that is the smart thing to do. But I'm a hoarder. I love to hoard. So, unfortunately, I'm going to hoard. I have had a wonderful idea here. We're gonna put these away, but since I really like going into the Skull Caverns during the Desert Festival, let's go ahead and put on my little miner outfit right here. It's got the excavator shirt and the shorts. And I actually think I want the baggy shorts that I just got from Emily today. I guess they're called baggy pants. There they are. And let's see if we've got a good hat for the mines. I'm pretty sure there's like a hard hat. But, right here. I don't know if it'll look good, but I don't think I have a better option. Alright, how do I look? Ready for the mines? Can't look too hard because I'm gonna pass out. Can't have that happening, so going to bed. Ooh, a crop fairy? A crop fairy! Love to see her. I know some people really don't like the crop fairy because they're like trying to do something special with their crops, maybe getting a giant crop or something, and she messes it all up. But personally, I love to see the crop fairy. I just like growing my crops as quickly as possible. So a great day, and even though I was not really taking care of the farm, we still got a good bit of money. It's kind of nice. A lot of my farm is automated, so even though I'm maybe not putting a whole ton of effort into keeping my farm running, I can still bring in a good amount of money. All of my smoked sandfish we're gonna sell. And as I go around, we're just gonna get these berries. I think it's so frustrating that berry season is the exact same season as the desert festival. Like, it's the same 3 days. And that's like so frustrating. Because, yeah, I am super high end game and probably don't really need salmon berries. There are so many other things I could make a profit off of. But, like, I still want my salmon berries, you know? So, I'm a little salty that they happen at the same time. So the best I can do is just, in passing, shake them off the bush and get them. I know that the festival doesn't begin until after 9, maybe like 10 or something. But I also just want to get the farm stuff done as fast as possible, which is why I'm not putting more fish roe into those jars. There are so much. That's not right grammar. There is so much to get done, and I'll make sure I've got it all done, and if I still have time, then I will circle back to make profits. Let's see. The salmon berries, for now, can go in here. I think I finally decided that with my shed, that I don't know what I was going to do with last episode, I need to make it a keg farm. Because obviously all of my preserves jars are in this little shed right here. But I only have a small setup of like 6 kegs, which is not nearly enough. I am hoping to be able to afford the golden clock, mostly through Iridium Ancient Wine. So, it's very important that I get my kegs back up and going. How is there so many eggs? I got the eggs yesterday. If you did watch my last video, you might notice that my shed is much more put together than last time. And I kind of realized in my last video for Grinding for Perfection that even though my goal was to make the... I'm just even gonna sell these eggs because I don't know if I'll get back to put them into mayonnaise before the Desert Festival. But I set my shed up because I realized that I'm going for the golden clock. That's my next big step. But I hardly had anything on my farm that was consistently producing money because I had ripped the shed up to incorporate hoppers into it. So I was like, you know what? I really need to get that figured out so that I can actually start making money on a daily basis. Because right now, I was lucky to get, 4,000 or 5,000 gold in a day. So I've got it all beautifully set up, preserved jars, a little keg stand, crystallariums. So now I will be making much more money on a daily basis than I was. Gonna be a little on the late side to the Desert Festival. Can't afford to have anything extra in my inventory. Don't want to blow everything up in here. That would be very sad. I think today... There's nobody here yet. Oh, they said the Desert Festival was open. Today, I am mostly going to spend in the mines. yesterday I had speed and luck. We're gonna go cave loaf and pungent garlic and see what that gets us. I don't know if those flames inside a cloth tent are very smart, but I guess if he burns it down, it's him and not me. Okay, attack and mining. Perfect. Let's see. Nobody's here yet, which is very strange. No, I don't want to return to Stardew Valley. I will, of course, accept the fishing quest, which is why I have this scorpion carp bait in my inventory to help me catch one faster. Yesterday I was bragging about how good my fishing was, so now we've got a more difficult fish. Hopefully, I don't make a fool of myself by not catching it. This is an incredibly difficult scorpion carp. I don't feel like they're always this bad. So much for me bragging that I was an excellent fisherman, right? Awkward. The good news is that our espresso is still up there. It did not despawn. Man, I am having a rough go. This is embarrassing. But yeah, I don't even have a comeback for it. I don't have a but. I am just completely embarrassed that I was bragging so much and I can't even catch a scorpion carp. Gotta lock in here. Maybe, you know, if I stop talking so much, I'll actually do well. Okay. Well, that is unfortunate. There goes all of my reputation as a fisherman. Oh, sweet. Jas usually sells magic rock candy. Oh, for 300 eggs. Okay. So, new goal, I need to get 300 eggs. Sam doesn't have anything worth it. Leo? Aw, that was kind of sad. I should read these out loud. So he squawked at school and it was embarrassing. It was a big change for everyone, but now they're good friends. Okay, the story had a happy ending. I am gonna try one more time for the scorpion carp and hopefully, goodness, hopefully bring my reputation back as a good fisherman. And then we're just gonna head down to the mines because I think I can get the most eggs in the mines. Again, just trying to lock in here. That's why I wasn't talking, but didn't work out. 10 purple slimes or 15 pieces. You know, I think we're gonna go for the 10 purple slimes. Okay, fine. I really want to get that scorpion carp. We'll see. Usually, I can complete the fishing quests every single year. But now I'm starting to worry that all of these scorpion carps are just being, like, way too tough, man. Probably need different bobbers on my fishing rod. I usually have a couple cork bobbers on my fishing rod. Oh my gosh, what happened? I was so close. That was so sad. It's because I was talking. Didn't lock in. What a bummer. That was the closest I had gotten yet. Ah, the disappointment. I can feel it in my bones. Supposed to be killing purple slimes today? Well, this level won't help. Aha! Do the little slimes count as individual slimes? I don't know. I think today we're just going to be a little bit lazy. Instead of focusing on getting super deep in the mines, we're going to focus on getting those calico eggs for killing purple slimes, and then I just need to get that scorpion carp. I must do it. There's this drive within me. So... Oh, from what I was saying earlier, though, on my fishing rod I have a sonar and a spinner. That's probably why the fish are so hard. They're probably a higher quality, so they're hard to catch. That's what the spinner does. And usually I have a cork bobber on there, which makes my fishing bar bigger. So, yes, is it a little embarrassing that I am not the fisherman I boasted to be? Absolutely. I'm never going to recover from that. But on the other hand, part of that is because my fishing rod is unfortunately just not set up the way it is supposed to. Okay, that was the magical noise for completing the quest. Let's see, we have got 302 eggs, so we are going to go ahead and buy the magic rock candy from Jas, and then try again to fish up a scorpion carp. And hopefully I can get it, because holy cow, this has been a struggle. We have some extra time afterwards. We could go back in the mines, but I could also just go back to... Gotta lock in here, hang on. I could go back to the forest to get salmon berries. Is that a good use of my time? Probably not, but it's what I want to do. Man, this is crazy. Crazy and embarrassing. I think what's important with the fish that are really hard to catch is you need to not freak out and try to chase it, because they move up and down so fast. If you're stressed and you try to chase it, your green fishing bar is going to go up and down like crazy and never actually stay on the fish. And so you just kind of need to do your best to keep the fishing bar in the right spot. Which is like, well, where's the right spot? It's going up and down, it's going up and down. Well, you just have to feel it out. I wish I could give you more fishing tips, but I just fish based off of vibes. Okay, this is my last scorpion carp bait, so we'll see how it goes. This is definitely a scorpion carp. I'm a failure. I'm never gonna recover. So I'm gonna go home and sulk. Not literally. I'm actually gonna go home and get myself a cork bobber and, you know, collect some salmon berries to make myself feel good. And then after that, it'll be the last day of the Desert Festival, and that will wrap up this video. So it is just me playing Stardew Valley, and I guess it's technically just kind of like a stream, since I'm just sitting here chatting to nobody as I record, but hopefully, even though I haven't edited or added cool music or anything, it is somewhat entertaining for you. Probably wouldn't be watching this long if it wasn't entertaining for you. So, you know, at least there's that. Let's see, we'll get some of this. Oh wait, I gotta go like this. Gonna start putting stuff away. Ooh, some wine. Perfect. I don't think I have any iridium, but just in case. Oh, I love to see my inventory so clean. And then if I have time, I'll refill all of the jam jars and everything. Oh, got salmon berries and truffles. The internet told me it was a better use of my dehydrators to dehydrate high quality fruits like pineapples, pomegranates, and peaches, and I'd make more money that way. But I just get so many salmon berries. I'm wondering if maybe it's just better to make the salmon berries, you know, in the dehydrator. Just to prove I'm a good fisherman, this is my fish chest, and I have 5 scorpion carp of normal quality and 3 silver starred scorpion carp, so I promise you I'm not a fraud. I promise with all of my heart that I am not a fraud. Put the magic rock candy in here. Why do I have a random chest full of baked goods? Well, one of the key quests is to sell a lot of baked goods, so anytime I cook anything that I don't use or eat, I just stick it in here, so that when I accept that key quest, I can just sell it all and make all the money really quickly. Anything I do actually use goes in the mini fridge, so I don't know why I have cookies in here. These are good for gifts. Life elixir. This is for Sam. Uh, I don't know why there's pepper poppers in here. This is for Haley. You know, good espresso, defense, luck, luck. Iridium cheese for general mining. You know, just some good stuff that I actually use. This is the cellar. You'll notice I have 167 iridium ancient wine for lots of money. But not enough money. Sorry, I was trying to do some mental math. And this is my ancient fruit wine that still needs to be aged, so, you know, it'll be a process. But I gotta get moving, because the day is getting old. Into the forest for some salmon berries. I honestly have no idea what a salmonberry is or if it's a real berry. I would like to think it's a real berry because the other salmonberry adjacent thing is a blackberry, which does exist. And I would assume they're called salmon berries because they're a nice red color. But for all I know, maybe they actually taste like fish. That'd be weird, a berry that tastes fishy. I did not bring my scythe, which was probably something I should have brought, but I put it away in the chest for the desert festival. I'm not always the best put together when I'm playing games and grinding. Just like fishing, I fish based off of vibes. I kind of just play video games based off of vibes, and it leads to a lot of, I don't necessarily want to call them mistakes. I do make mistakes, and they can be costly mistakes, like forgetting to bring cheese or a warp totem when I go caving, and then I either die or can't stay very late in the mines without passing out. But sometimes things like not bringing a scythe, it's just kind of a quality of life thing, you know? I could be doing this so much faster with a scythe, but I've got time and I'm doing just fine without a scythe, so I wouldn't consider that a mistake. But it is an inconvenience, perhaps, is the word to use. I don't see any moss on these trees, but I also don't think I can collect moss without a scythe. I am chronically out of moss all of the time. I guess that's why I use the word chronically. Because I like to make treasure totems, and those require moss. So I am always out of moss, and coincidentally, always out of treasure totems. It is quite the tragedy. You can't really do anything with spring onions except sell them, and it is such a shame. Like, they're not used in any cooking recipes, And they're very much like an early game thing. You sell them early game for a decent profit, but now that I am all powerful at the end game, it's not really worth getting. But just like the salmon berries probably aren't worth getting. I can't help myself. I gotta do it, you know? Alright. I have made the executive decision to just dehydrate the salmon berries because I have so many of them. If I don't dehydrate them, I'm just worried they will sit in this chest forever and ever and ever because there's so many of them. And I've got plenty of time. I've got 3 other dehydrators, so that is 15. And I should go ahead and fill up the jam jars to make all of the good money. And with my extra time, I can go fill up the row in my other preserves jars to make more money. But before I leave, since I was so very humiliated today with my fishing, the most important thing is to make a cork bobber and a trap bobber. That is usually how I like to have. Can I not get the spinner off? There we go. I know how this game works. But I usually like to have a trap bobber and a cork bobber, and it makes my fishing a lot easier. And that is what I should attribute my incredible fishing skill to. It's all fraud. I just have the best combination of bobbers. But regardless of whether my fishing skills are actually that good or not, I do nonetheless enjoy fishing. Okay, I can't reach that solar panel, which I thought might be the case when I set up these new ones. Which is a bit of a bummer, because I want to fill this space up with something. I just don't know what. Oh no, it's getting late. And as I said earlier in this video, I am an absolute sucker for starting the day with an empty inventory as best as possible. Will I pass out? Or will I make it? I think most of what's in my inventory just needs to get sold, so it should be okay. I will stick the parsnip in here and deal with it at a later date. Oh yes, guys, just to flex prismatic shard in the Junimo hut because I am that rich. It's kind of crazy when you're playing like super end game because what are you working towards? A golden clock? And you're like so overpowered with everything else. It's this weird feeling. It's almost like you're not exactly playing the game anymore. You're just kind of existing in this weird limbo. I don't even know how to explain it. Because I'm just so powerful. Everything is so easy for me. And yet at the same time, I just can't seem to make enough money to get this golden clock. And what comes next after the golden clock? I've got to get obelisks, and I've got to do just a couple other things. You know what? We should visit Key's Walnut Room so I can share with everyone where I'm actually at on this whole quest for perfection. That's a good idea. But, like, I need the obelisks, but what is there left for me after I get the golden clock? I guess, you know, the exciting answer is I get to start a new farm after I hit perfection. I've got some really fun plans for that I hope I can share with you guys. If if you think I'm interesting enough to watch. I guess I'm really anxious and really nervous that even though I'm putting myself out there and I am putting these videos on YouTube, and they're essentially just like streams, and people will just watch people's streams, that I'm just not really good or really entertaining enough. Just because, you know, I'm kind of winging it, and I don't have cool edits or cool music or anything like that. So I've just got this intense, like, I don't know what I'm doing, and therefore I can't be good at it. But I don't know. Hopefully, you find me somewhat entertaining, and otherwise you wouldn't be watching this far. So, we all gotta start somewhere. And even if you're not perfect at something, I think it's more important that you have fun doing it. Which, I think even though I do have this anxiety of wanting to be watched and wanting to put good content out there, I also am just enjoying the process, which is probably more important. Okay, gotta put this garlic in here. I'm trying to get the... There's an achievement called monoculture for selling one of each crop, but then there's an achievement for selling 15 of each crop. So that's what I'm kind of doing here in my greenhouse at the moment. I don't have my scythe on me, so unfortunately no kale currently. But I'm trying to grow in my greenhouse 15 of each crop to get that other achievement. We can even look at it in just a second. Let's see. Polyculture, ship 15 of each crops. Obviously haven't crafted every item, and I don't know what these two are for yet, but in order to get perfection, I've got to complete both of them. So hopefully I can figure it out, right? But that'll happen when it happens. For now, I am just gotta enjoy where I'm at in the game. Originally, I wanted to set hoppers up on like every little workstation I had, and then I realized that that probably wasn't really ideal, because it just, instead of running around and putting a whole bunch of different fruit into, you know, 1 or 2 chests, I'm now running around putting a whole bunch of different fruit into like 100 chests, because they're all hoppers, and it was just too much. So I think I'm gonna have a little bit of automation like you currently saw in the shed. I'll go back and show it, where I've got like 3 dehydrators, 3 truffle makers, and 4 jam jars, and hopefully these 4 kegs that are automated. So there will be quite a bit of mayhem of running back and forth and sorting everything in the right chest, but also there will be a decent amount of automation that'll make up for it. But it's just a little too crazy to put hoppers on everything. So even though I was excited to do that, thinking it would help, I have ultimately concluded that it'll be a little too difficult. So, yeah, sometimes the best intentions don't pan out the way you think they should. Or want them to. Wrong chest. But that's okay. I know, this is bugging me too, but I just want them all to finish at the same time so that they'll all be done together. I like things to look perfect and pretty. But, yeah, it's hard to keep the farm perfect and pretty. Just gotta do my best. The Desert Festival is now open. Oh, do I have any? I got 18 bait. That should be good enough. Grab some potatoes. And I'll just, for now, stick everything in there. Teleport to the Desert Festival. Alright. Let's see. I think it's gonna be King Sting. I don't think I have time to bet on it. I'll go ahead and get another outfit from Emily. We'll skip the cutscene this time, just to save a little bit of time. Oh! Wait, I like this outfit. I look cute! Perfect, that makes me very happy. King Sting? I bet on you, dude! Man, that is so disappointing. Is he gonna clutch it up? No, I just think he's too far behind. Maybe. Normally I don't watch the races, but now I'm invested. I still just don't think he's gonna make it. The cactus crawler is so fast, but... Oh, he made it! Did you guys see that? Yeah! Okay, that was kind of silly. That was so fun, though. I usually don't watch the races, but I feel like that was totally worth it. Magic hair gel. That sounds kind of exciting, I'll be honest. And, oh, the periodic table. I need 170 eggs for both of those? I don't know, man. Now that I have the appropriate fishing stuff, let's go here. Let's see. I think I'm gonna try shrimp. I think that should help me get some fishing. And mushroom cream. We'll see what that gets me. I hope it's luck, but I don't think it will be. Rainforest shrimp. I like the sound of that. Fishing and mining. Okay, not the worst. The last day of the desert festival always takes the longest for fishing because you have to fish up the golden bobber. And usually you have to get a couple fish for that. There we go. Now my bar is incredibly long and fish don't escape nearly as fast. See, I am a master fisher. I just needed my fishing pole set up correctly. But I don't even have to lock in. I can sit and chat and fish to my heart's content. But it is a bummer on the last day fishing for the golden bobber because it takes up a lot of time, which means you can't do as much in the skull caverns. So it's a bit of a trade-off. You probably could get more eggs in the cavern, but I kind of just enjoy playing this game as if I was attending the desert festival, and I'm enjoying being here, so I'm gonna try everything, right? But that's just how I play the game. I like to immerse myself in it, even if it's not immediately helpful to what I'm doing or what I'm going for. And if you don't like playing the game that way, that is fine. I think I heard somewhere, someone said, maybe it was Concerned Ape, but don't quote me on this, that there is no wrong way to play Stardew Valley. You can play it however you want, in the way that makes you the happiest. And I just like that, because some people are really into challenges. Some people like starting 120 farms, but never getting past year 3. And some people like getting perfection, and I think it's all fun and all exciting. Like, there's no wrong way to play Stardew Valley. So, should I maybe be optimizing my egg collecting, especially since I need 170 eggs to get everything I want to today? Yeah, maybe. But also, who cares? I am having fun, and that is what is more important. Here is my golden bobber. 30 calico eggs. I don't think there is more eggs in here. I can get eggs every day? I didn't even know that. Okay, let's see. My challenge is reach level 30 or 12 Omni Geodes. We're gonna go 12 Omni Geodes. Well, greater chance to find ladders here. And I guess we're just gonna blow stuff up and hope it gets me some Omni Geodes. And then I think if I get to, like, a mummy level, there are ghosts. And ghosts have a high chance to drop Omni Geodes, so we'll just wander around and slay them a little bit. I think that's a good strategy. Whoops. Die. Ta-da! I know, I said I was gonna wander around, and then I'm heading straight towards the ladder. But I don't see any more ghosts, so... down we go. Ooh, a diamond. Right, I need to remember to blow stuff up, because that is going to be a good, easy, and quick way to get Omni Geodes. And, of course, we should be getting some eggs, because we'll need those. Got lots to buy today. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of guys. That was terrifying. Yeah, why not? We'll go down another level. We've got the opportunity for ghosts to spawn on this level. Although I don't think they will, unless I stand here for a long time. Which, personally, I just don't think is worth it. I love the little fairy companion, because I think one of the most stressful parts about the Skull Cavern is just being able to eat, especially if you're being mobbed by a bunch of, like, serpents or monsters, and you're low on health, and you're like, I don't have any time to get my food and heal myself, and then you die because you're stressing out. And the fairy just makes it so much easier because she just heals you. So, definitely one of my top favorite little guys. I forget what they're called. Trinkets? I believe they are called trinkets. Are you guys excited to hear about the newest Stardew Valley update? I believe Concerned 8 will be telling us about it here in just a couple days. I think in an interview he said he wanted to make, like, the families and the children more interesting and add some new romance candidates. So I am definitely excited to see how that goes. A lot of people are really hoping that, you know, Sandy or maybe even Robin will be the new marriage candidate. I would really enjoy seeing Sandy be a new marriage candidate. But honestly, I'm just gonna be excited for whoever it is. I don't care too much. I'm just excited to have the game expand and, you know, just have more to it. It's gonna be great. I don't know if I have gotten enough Omni Geodes. I wasn't really listening for the magic sound that let me know. I'd like to think so. But let's see how many eggs I've got. 115. Which isn't the worst. And I'll get more for completing the Omni Geode quest, which I think is completed. So, do I go back up, or do I keep trekking on? I don't know. I think I'll go back up. And hopefully I collected enough Omni Geodes, just because it's getting late, and maybe I can find something else to help me. Oh, I already got those. Okay. Give me some eggs. Just one egg. Oh no, I should have spent more time there. Okay. I'm not sure if the races are still going, because they do end. Yes, they are still going. Okay. King Sting seems to be doing a good job. So I will bet on him, and then I will curse the Cactus Crawler, because I think he's also really fast. Okay, now can I bet? Yes, I would like to bet on King Sting. Now I gotta run really fast over to this guy. It took me so long to realize that this guy is unlucky, and the person you pay him to see suspicious guy, it's an unlucky racer, not a lucky racer. So I kept asking him to help the guy I was betting on, not realizing that was making me lose, and it was so frustrating. But I finally figured it out, that he was an unlucky guy, and ultimately, you want to bet on the person you want to lose. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a couple things away. Did I need to throw them all away? No, but I did anyway. Come on, start the race, start the race! What do I do in the meantime? I could fish. Let's see. I really need to get the Desert Warp Totem recipe, because I don't have it yet, but obviously I don't have my Iridium bars on me, so I will just buy one of these to make up for the few that I have used to get here. I could do some more fishing. That won't really get me calico eggs, but I don't know what else to do, especially since the race hasn't started yet. And we already watched one race, right? So I can sell the fish that I get and get some extra money. What is your favorite fish from Stardew Valley? I honestly think mine is the stingray, just because it's so unique. I am only getting trash. This is ridiculous. Not only is the stingray found in like a unique and secret place, it also looks great in fish tanks, and it's a challenge to catch. Okay, here we go. Uh-oh, the shoe biscuit. Come on, King Sting. You gotta outrun the shoe biscuit. Ooh, getting nervous here. All three of these, I feel like, are really good racers. They're all really fast. Sometimes in the racing lineup, you're like, I'm definitely gonna vote for the shoe biscuit because he's just the best out of the racers. But I think this lineup is pretty full of speedsters, and so it's a little bit stressful. King Sting here. Oh, but he might not make it around these tight curves. Shoe biscuit's on the inside. No, I didn't make it. Oh no. Well, I'll see if I can buy anything from the, what is this guy? The Shadow Trader? I can afford desert flags. I guess I will buy desert flags because the eggs go away after today. I can't save them for next year, so we'll go ahead and do that. And I think that's the end for today. I'm just gonna go home and put everything away. So thank you for joining me for the Desert Festival. I hope you enjoyed it.